Hi, everybody. I am Raf. I am the head of our Accelerator program. And today I know we have about a couple hundred new community members, and we have a new Accelerator program going live 1st of March. And I know especially the new ones amongst you might not know what we do with the Accelerator. So today will be 15-20 minutes telling you all the amazing stuff that's coming up, why we're doing it, who it is for, what's the program like, and what's the outcome and what you can expect. And at the end, we open the floor for questions. So if you have any questions, keep them for the end. If you want to share anything, ask questions, please do so in the CPG Accelerator channel, and we will be checking this channel the entire time. Right. So we, as some of the backstory, like last year when we launched the Pop NFT, one of the big promises was that we would run an incubator and we would fund startups as part of the NFT drop. And we did fund 5 startups through that. But in opening up the applications for the incubator, we received over 200 applications from inside and outside of the community, which showed us there's so much interest in the builder side of CPG that we decided, okay, we want to do something for not just 5 startups, but for as many startups as we can, really, to help them on their journey. And that's why we started running this accelerator program. And if we go to the first slide, or next slide, please. Here's the reason why we're doing it and why it's interesting. So the one after this. So there's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. This is very clear, but unfortunately, we all wish it would be easier. And the second one, sort of motto behind the accelerator is, it's not the goal that will make you successful. It's what you do on a daily basis. And so the accelerator is really there to help you with both, right? We are there to help builders at any stage along the building journey to stay accountable, stay on track, have better ideas, have access to a better network, get exposure through the CPG social accounts, and we basically do anything and everything to help you run faster, to help you launch faster, to get more customers than you could, meet more investors. Like, basically put the whole power of the CPG community and the network behind the builders that join the accelerator, and to hopefully together, come up with more validated ideas and better startups. And that's really the whole reason why we're doing it. The accelerator at CPG is an educational program. That means we do not take equity, and we do not charge anything extra for the program. All you have to do is you have to be a pop holder, and then you're good to go. And I think that's also pretty unique that, there's no equity involved with all of the resources we're putting behind the program. If we're going to the next slide, please. So here, let's go into some of the details a bit more, because probably when you're thinking, oh, there's no equity, is there funding? So we're coming to that now. So let's go through the points one by one. So the registrations are open now, and the program starts on 1st of March. So that's just 3 weeks away. Some people have asked, until when are registrations open? So I would say try to submit your registration as soon as you can. The sooner we know, the better we can plan. But they are open until the 24th of February, so another 1-2 weeks. And once you register, you get an email from us, and then you're in the program, and that means you get a targeted curriculum of seminars, workshops. You get access to Web3 thought leaders that we will put you in contact with. We will have a demo day As you know, we have the first pitch day coming up next week for the pre-accelerator cohort, but we will have an even bigger demo day with even more investors for the accelerator that will happen around May time. And we will also have a pitch trial day. So basically two pitch events, one with the real investors and one before for like practice run. Then you will receive mentorship, investor introductions, and peer connections. And when we actually asked last year why people joined the accelerator in the first cohort, people said it was really all about the peer connections and being in groups with peers. It is incredibly valuable. There's so much knowledge about tools, about which investors are good, hiring. Like there's like just a wealth of know-how. So it's just for the peers already really, really cool to be in there. And we actually have some people that, we put people in mastermind groups last year, and some of these groups are still going and meet, bi-weekly until today, which is really wonderful to see. And now comes the big thing, cash prizes. Yes. So as said, we're not taking equity, which means, but which it doesn't mean that we're not providing funding. So we have one big cash pot that we will give out to accelerator startups. But similar to how we did it last year, it will be community driven. So that means these cash prizes, they will be chosen and given by the whole community. That means at some point you will pitch to the whole community if you want to be eligible for the prize, and the community will decide which of the startups will receive cash prizes. So a very community-driven approach, and also means that, say you are the beneficiary of one of the prizes, again, you don't have to give up equity or anything. All you'll have to do is send us an invoice and we will send you the prize. So that's pretty cool. I think what's also cool is this accelerator program is not for one specific niche or vertical. Like your product doesn't have to be crazy technical. We have a lot of artistic projects, NFT projects. We have CPG projects. We also do have the securities projects and the infrastructure projects, but we are, I think, one of the broadest communities and accelerators when it comes to the breadth and to the type of projects that join, that we can help and that we want to help. And the same goes for this cash prize, right? Because if you look at the landscape for funding in Web3, also especially for non-dilutive funding, so where you don't have to give up equity for, it's often for very, very heavily technical projects. But here at CPG, really anyone is eligible for the prize. Last year, for example, a dance community got one of the prizes, a coffee subscription service got one of the prizes, and then one more technical project around live content sellers got one of the prizes as well, for example. So, and I think that's really the beauty and the difference of this accelerator to so many others, that it's really open to builders of all kinds, ideas of all kinds. They can also completely change throughout the program. That is not a problem. We've seen some people that were in last year's program with, an invoicing idea, for example, who this year completely pivoted towards a climate tech idea. And both ideas were blockchain powered. So that is absolutely, that this happens, and is frankly supposed to happen. If you run into the situation where you feel, oh, maybe the idea I had was not good enough, then we will help you to think about a different avenue, and we would like to be there and accompany you on that journey to find the right match of an idea and business idea for you. Next one is you, as part of the accelerator, you receive discounts on hundreds of SaaS products. So we have many, many partnerships from, for example, Pinata to Premint, Web3 native, not Web3 native, 1Password. There's so many cool product discounts in the package that we have put together. And many of the builders are using those, and it's just a little bit of extra saving that goes a really long way in the early stages. Then really important, the next point, if you're part of the CPG Accelerator, you earn CPG rewards. And you earn these rewards by just showing up, by joining some of the mentorship sessions, some of the educational sessions we have, by pitching, by applying for the prizes. There's going to be so many opportunities to join the rewards program and at the same time build your business and your startup. So I think that's quite cool. And the biggest, I think, sale point of it will be, or is that you will be eligible for the CPG certified badge. So, and we always get asked, what is CPG certified? It's just that extra bit of trust that you can then put on your website. So it's going to be a badge. It's going to be a soulbound NFT that you will receive. So it's going to be visible for anyone on the blockchain that you have participated in the program, that you have fulfilled certain criteria, so we can deem that your business is trustworthy. So we will not be able to give CPG certified to everybody, because then it wouldn't really be a trustworthy symbol, right? We will have some criteria that we will share with everybody what you'll have to fulfill to get it. But you're only eligible for the CPG certified badge if you participate in the program. And then you will have that, and you can use it for anything. You can use it in your pitch decks. You can use it on your website, just to get that extra bit of trust in front of the eyes of investors, customers, and whoever else you think would be beneficial to see. Right, and then maybe we're coming to exactly who we're looking for who the program is in a few slides time. So really here you can see the links where you can register, and all you really need to do to register is that you have to be a member of CPG. If you're not a member yet today, that's also not a problem. You can register right away and then just get your token before the 1st of March and then participate in the program. So you can wait a couple more weeks with getting it if you're not a member yet. But I know a lot of you are obviously on trial and probably considering becoming a member, and we would be thrilled to have you and have you join us on this journey of building together and building in public. We're also looking for mentors and investors and product testers. So, as a community-driven accelerator, of course, we love if we have any experts in the community for any specific subject area, if we have people that are professional investors. And with that, we mean either you work for a VC fund or any kind of fund that regularly invests in young startups, or you are an angel investor doing at least 3 deals a year. So that's important. And we will later on check that you actually do those. Then we would love to have you. The same for product testers. So product testers can be really anyone who would be happy and willing to give feedback to the startups that are going through the program. So we would love to get as many people from the community that fit into any of these brackets, mentors, investors, or product testers, to also join the program. And there's a different registration link for that, and we will share all of that afterwards, also in the chats that you know where you can sign up. If we go to the next slide. Yeah, I think I have mentioned most of that you will be able, like any participant that joins, will be eligible to apply for funding through the CPG Treasury in the form of prizes. So they will not be tied to having to give away any equity. You will receive CPG rewards, and you will earn credit towards CPG certified. Next slide, please. Yeah. We're coming a bit to the program. Here you see an overview. And to be very honest with you, there might be still some small changes in the format. But overall, we think month 1 is foundations. We're going to think about the story, the pitch deck, validate your idea with users. So say what we're expecting and what we have now is we have companies at various stages. Some are very early stage and still validating the idea. Others have already launched and making revenue. But I think at no matter which stage, you always have to user testing. At a later stage, it would be more like you test your landing pages, you test your sales pitches, you test your conversion, you do conversion rate optimization testings. And so for companies that are later stage, they might not need to enhance their story, but there we will do a lot more on the product testing side for them. That whereas if you're very early on in the journey and you might not have an idea yet, or you might have just an inkling of an idea, there I think we go more into the validation of the idea, of the business model, and so on. So the program will not be the same for everybody who joins, and we will have 3 stages as we have now in the pre-accelerator, and have slightly different content for each stage. But overall, month 1 will be foundation, month 2 will be deep dive, month 3 will be growth, and there will be different topics in each month, very heavily focused on getting you together with users, with investors, with mentors, and with sort of the knowledge and know-how you need to really accelerate in your building journey. Right, next slide, please. So who's it for? As said, we will have 3 groups. There's going to be ideation. So ideation means you either have no idea yet, but you would like to find an idea throughout the program, or you only have a vague idea and you want to validate that in more depth. So then that's the ideation group. And there will be many people together in the ideation group going through that together. So it's also a potential to find co-founders, see how other people approach this ideation phase. And yeah, it's just a very, very interesting phase, and you can really learn a lot from others going through that. Second group is building. So building means you're already working on a concrete idea, but you're properly pre-launch. Maybe the team is set, but maybe also not yet. So that is in the middle. And then the last stage, the third group, is growth. Growth means the product or business has launched or is bringing in revenue. The founding team is complete, and you're really building on this really concrete idea already. And again, I said we will do some different content for each of these groups. But for growth, it will be very, very focused on actually bringing you together with users and also with investors if you so need. And then, as said already earlier, like apart from these 3 stages, we don't look for any specific startups. I think you will get most value out of the program if your idea has something to do with Web3. Because we're obviously an NFT community, we're a blockchain community. So, and many of the mentors and the programming we do is around that, right? But having said that, if you have an idea that's not tied to Web3 and you think you benefit and you would like to join, then you are welcome to join as well. But mostly we expect that we will have startups from the blockchain ecosystem. But for example, we expect CPG ideas that have a blockchain element. For example, Coin Coffee was one of our prize winners last year. They have a coffee subscription model, but with an NFT community attached to it, a loyalty program that's blockchain based. We have dance communities that are NFT gated, and we have many SaaS companies, many security companies, infrastructure, anything and everything you can imagine. And I think that makes the program so colorful, so joyful, and brings so much learning, because you see that even though people build in very different areas, they often face the same issues. They talk to the same investors. So there's a lot of knowledge that can be shared there. Right. Maybe next slide, please. Yeah, and that already brings me to the end of the talk today, of introducing you to the accelerator. I hope I brought the spirit across. That's really like building together, helping each other, sharing more of what you're doing as you go along to get help. Not to get judged or anything, but really to get help and to get more eyeballs on what you're doing, and hopefully, think of approaches that you wouldn't have thought otherwise, or get intros that you couldn't have gotten otherwise. So you are welcome to register now. Registrations are open. Register as soon as you can, but latest on the 24th of February. We actually also have a referral program. So if you think this sounds great, but I'm not planning on building anything, but I maybe have a friend who wants to build, then we have a referral program. And that means if you refer 1 or 2 friends, you will receive some CPG rewards. And if you refer 3+ friends, you will receive even more rewards. And we share also the details afterwards, how that works. And yeah. And all you need to do to register is really be a CPG token holder, POP token holder, especially before the 1st of March, or by the 1st of March. And that's all. And, because this is not a program where we're competing with each other. It's an educational program where we want to lift each other up, right? So the more people, the merrier. And the better builders we get, the better, the greater we can all be. So the more people put in, the more they will get out. So it's really one of those programs where, we just hope we can reach as many people as possible and really help as many people as possible. Right. And with that, we can come to the last slide and open up for questions. As said, you can post them in the accelerator chat, and then Chad will tell me. Sorry, I actually have to drink a sip of water. Give me 1 sec. Right. First question. Thanks for being the first. That's really always the hardest. So what is the format, time boxes of weekly segments once the accelerator kicks off? Thanks for that question. That's a good question. We say on average, you should plan around 2 hours a week for the accelerator. Because many weeks we will have, at least 1 hour of content, or, put you together with a mentor, or, put you together with some product testers. So if you expect 1 to 2 hours a week at least, because then you also have to check the community, you have to keep in touch of what's going on. That I think is a good guideline for how much time to calculate. Does anybody else have any questions? Then please post them in the accelerator chat. Well, I never know if there's no questions. Did I explain it too well, or did I explain it well enough? Or there's someone typing. So let's see. How big will the batch be, do you think? Thanks for Greg for the question. So as you know, the first accelerator batch, or builders club as we called it, was 105 startups at the beginning. The current pre-accelerator program is 79. And so we quite enjoy the current group size. So we think that it will be around 80 again. Because with 80, we have a good engagement in each stage, a good variety of builders at each level. And we enjoy that group size so far. But of course, that's a good question. Like Greg is asking, is there no limit on the upside? Well, that's a good question. So I think we would go back to 100, but I think over 100 it will be also hard to manage, because we are a small team at CPG. We want to deliver, high quality. So I think it will be somewhere between 80 and 100. We have someone else typing. I can see when somebody is about to post a question. So the next question is, how is feedback given for the pitches? I wonder if they mean for next week, for the pre-accelerator pitches, or for the accelerator. But next week for the pre-accelerator is obviously the first time that we are running, this. So next week the feedback will be given in the session, actually in the live session. So we will be playing pre-recorded pitches to the investors. And mostly they're pre-recorded to make sure that that we have less technical issues, really. And then the investors will give the feedback on the spot on the video. And these are professional investors, so they're not going to say anything that's going to embarrass you. But I think we have told them that they should really think about sharing, what goes through their head as they hear your pitch, questions they stumble upon, like just things that you that hopefully you can take away and learn from and improve for the future. And then, of course, we have also shared the lookbook, so all the pitching startups with them. So if there is any startup that they like, they will either get connected through us, or they might reach out directly. So I think that will be happening as well. Right. Let's see if there's any other questions. Did I think I mentioned everything. Oh no, there is some other question coming. I can see it. Let's give it another moment. All of these questions are really good, by the way. Yeah, we've been so deep into planning the program. Sometimes you forget how it is for people who have never heard about it and how much information there is. So let's see. How many mentors do you expect to be available throughout the program? That's also a good question. So there so far, from the community, 26 have registered through the form. But what we will also specifically reach out to some people that, for example, either joined some of the Genius calls, but also that we just know through our network, and to make sure that we have a mentor for a variety of areas. And unlike in the last session, unlike in the last accelerator last year, what we did there is we paired each person with one mentor directly. I think we're not going to do it like this. I think we're going to have more like office hour type styles with the mentors, where they will talk about a specific subject expertise, and those startups that are interested in that can join and ask questions. So I think that's more how we do it this time, because I feel we felt last time the mentors were then a bit overwhelmed, because we sent 105 different startups their way. So I think this time we'll do it more in like group settings, more focused around specific subjects that they can help with. And so I think it's not so much about the quantity, how many we have, but more about the quality, and that they will really be there for you and will really be able to help you with some of the most important topics. The next question is, and I love that. Thank you so much for that question as well. Is it okay to go in without a good idea through the ideation group? Exactly, that is what the ideation group is really for, because we know, like, for example, when we were at Art Basel in Miami and we had an event there, like literally everybody in the community I spoke to was working on something. It was absolutely incredible to see. And so I think we are a very entrepreneurial community, or a community that, yeah, it's full of ideas. But they have to start somewhere. So we want to be the place where people that don't have an idea yet can go and work together with other people on finding an idea. And that's absolutely fine, right? Because that's, to be honest, it's a lot of work finding an idea, unless you happen to stumble upon an idea, which, often magazines make you believe that it's easy and everybody just happens to stumble over a problem. But quite often it's not like that, right? Quite often you search for a problem and and a solution to that problem, or or even see if you can even find a solution, because quite often there's a problem but it's very difficult to build a solution, right? So yeah, that's the place we want to be, and that's the ideation group that will be there for those types, but also for people maybe that have an inkling of an idea but haven't validated it or aren't sure yet, so that we can really help think things through, if they're a good idea, or if they should maybe spend time thinking left or right of that idea, or scrap it all together because it's it might not fulfill their goals. It's also that we see that people come in with very different goals into the program. We have people that want to build the unicorn, the $1 billion businesses, but we also have many people that are just happy with building a lifestyle business, something that pays their bills, their rent, and gives them a nice income and a nice life. And we also want to be open to both those avenues, because I think both are valid. As you probably know from my story, I have both. I have a lifestyle business, and I have a big venture business, and yeah, I can't say what's better. I think both of them have their pros and cons. But yeah, I'm glad I did it both, because I see that none of it is easier, really. Like, you have to put the hard work in for both to make it work. But with the lifestyle business, of course, you can enjoy it sooner than in the venture business, at least in my case. Yeah, maybe let's see if some more questions come in. I can share a bit about my background, because I didn't do that at the beginning. I just always assume you all know me, but of course you don't. So I built Career Foundry, which is one of the largest UX design schools online nowadays. We raised now about 12 million for the company. We employ 120 people all around the world, and I started it 10 years ago. So it's nowadays basically a profitable mid-8-figure business. And I left it operationally in 2018. And then, coming from this venture experience, I wanted to build, something that would just pay my bills. That was a lifestyle business, and where I don't have to answer to anyone. I can do what I want. So I built an e-commerce company selling all kinds of healthy drinks. And I also built a property business. And yeah, these are my two sort of lifestyle businesses that I have until today. We're actually about to sell the e-commerce company. But yeah, so I've been a builder since over 10 years and do a lot of angel investments through a venture DAO called Own Fund. We do about 1 to 2 angel investments a month. Through that, I also have a couple of direct angel investments I've done. And yeah, I love the early stages of the startup life. I probably will start a company myself again at some point, and just really, really excited to be able to help you all. Right. I think we're done with the questions. If there's any other questions later on, of course, we will be there. The whole team will be there to answer them. And yeah, I'm looking forward to all of you hopefully joining and to working together and to building our startups together and bringing, really leveling them up. Cool. Any questions, send them our ways. And otherwise, I hope you have a nice rest of the day and see you soon. Bye-bye.